everyone. Welcome to our new Olive members and our new Olivers. I appreciate you all coming today. We have again yet another very creative session. If you would like to mute yourselves, please go ahead and do so. And I am going to introduce our guest speaker today, who is also an Olive board member, Sister Narmeen Ramjan. Narmeen is a qualified cardiovascular technician, was born in Tanzania and grew up in Zambia. After residing in England for a period of time, she has moved to the US in 1991. Narmeen has always participated in community work and loves helping others. Narmeen is passionate about reading and enjoys doing arts and crafts. While caring for her mother-in-law for 5 years, she had to pause her community involvement. After she passed, she resumed her activities again. Through this experience, she learned how challenging it is to access services for seniors, especially when they are homebound. Narmeen learned about Olive through Rabia Afghani. She began attending the LLT program at Brookhurst Community Center, met Rubina, and expressed her interest in volunteering. And her favorite quote is, "It brings out the best in me when I am helping others and making a difference." Now, Sister Narmeen is an Olive board member. She is also somebody who has volunteered to lead sessions of this kind for Olive Connect and Create every last Thursday of the month. She is a very active member in the Olive Friends program. If you haven't heard, we connect with homebound seniors who are looking for friends, companionship, and we provide that service. So if you know anybody, again, our website is the way to go, www.olivecs.org. Today, she is going to be doing a tutorial on a charcuterie board. I don't know if I'm saying it correctly, but she does a better job. So let's welcome Sister Narmeen.
Thank you, Zainab. That was an introduction. Apparently you know a lot about me, Zainab.
I've been taking
I welcome all of you guys. We are doing a charcuterie board. Well, actually, I'm going to do a little charcuterie box, and I think it's a perfect way to start a charcuterie experience if you've not done it before, and then, you know, expand and grow from there. So charcuterie board basically is like a cheese board. We're going to have a few different kind of cheeses. I'm also going to be using a few cured meats, and then a lot of nibbles. And it's used for an appetizer board, and it works well with parties, if you have family get-togethers. Today I'm going to make a little box that you can gift someone, and people really enjoy the experience of this charcuterie board because it has so many different ingredients. There's always something there that's everyone in the group is going to like. So alhamdulillah, I've done it before and it's been a great hit in my family with my parties, and I'm sure you're going to find the same thing. So basically, I think what you do is you have a few options of everything that you're going to be putting on your board. And I usually have 3 to 4 options of cheeses. I have a goat cheese over here, cheddar cheese, and then I have this Boursin, which is a soft Gournay cheese. And then I have a couple of options for cured meat. You don't have to put meat if you don't want to. You can make your board the way you like it. I mean, all the nibbles and all the little snacks that your families like. So I have here roasted beef, and I think I have roasted beef and pepperoni, beef pepperoni. And then I've chosen a few, well, a couple of fruits. So I'm going to put grapes And mango, I have some mango there. Heirloom tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, I guess. And then I have a couple of
Cucumbers.
Persian cucumbers. That's our family favorite. And then some dips, you know, for you to have for your crackers, because you're gonna have crackers. I'm today gonna be using sun-dried tomatoes, fig butter. It's a family favorite of ours. It's really nice. If you've not tried this before, please try it. I got mine from Trader Joe's. We're gonna have some olives, some nuts, and then a few different crackers, a few different kinds of crackers. And so you know, you have a variety for everyone's taste. And all you're gonna do is put all this together. And I usually also put a little treat in my charcuterie board, whether it's the board that I'm making or a box. But today I'm gonna make a little box. I just purchased this box from Michael's, and it's gonna be a gift for a dear friend of mine. But it'll give you an idea of how you can put together a charcuterie board. And you can make it your own. And it's simple. It's just deciding where you're going to put everything. And it's amazing how much you can fit into a little area. You could use a board like this, you know, if you wanted to make one at home. And you can have different sizes, and you can have a few boards. If you're having a huge party, you know, you can have quite a few boards and have fruits on one, maybe just nuts on one, or you could just put the whole thing together. It's really how you want to put it together. So I'm going to go ahead and show you a few things just to give a little contrast and just to make it look nice. I have this little bowl here that I'm going to put my wet ingredients in. So I've picked a couple of dishes that I'm going to use, and I'm going to show you how we're going to put this together. So I have this here, and I'm going to put I've decided to put the sun-dried tomatoes in here. So we're going to do that. So I'm just going to fill in all our wet ingredients first. This sun-dried tomato is a favorite of my family, but please use any dips, dressings that your family likes. I have a little bucket here that I'm going to use, and I'm going to put my olives in there. Just get a spoon. Another family favorite. My family loves olives. You know, like if you don't like olives, you can omit it and put something else instead. And then I have the fig butter. You don't need too much of this. I'm just going to use a smaller container to put it in. So because this is going to be a gift that's going to be going out to my friend, everything that's going to go in this box is going to be gifted to her. So you have a lot of options for picking up things, disposable, from a lot of stores today, even a dollar store. Okay. Also like to have my tomatoes. So I'm gonna chop that. Cut them a little smaller because they're gonna go on the crackers. It's just easier for your guests. I have a little bowl here that I'm gonna put. I like the heirloom tomatoes that with different colors. It just gives that nice contrast with the different colors. You find these tomatoes everywhere today in all the grocery stores. I think I picked mine up from Trader Joe's. Has anyone made a charcuterie board?
No.
Yes, I have a couple of times.
There we go. And was it a hit, Shamim?
Yeah, everybody loved it.
Yeah.
Shamim,
My
how come
family
you
loves
didn't
it. I mean, you know, like they'll say, don't make any, just make a charcuterie board. They really enjoy it. They all hang around and chatting to each other and enjoying the board. It's a really nice atmosphere. It brings a nice atmosphere.
I was going to say it becomes a piece of admiration, right? You start, everybody
Yes,
sits and admires it for a few minutes, and then there's a
Yeah.
conversation about it. It's a great appetizer for you.
it is. It's the nice thing about it is there's something there for everyone, you know, because there's a lot of like little nibbles here and there. So it's to everyone's, there's always something there that everyone likes. Okay, so I've finished doing all my
Wet.
my wet ingredients. Oh, we have the cucumber. Let me just chop I'm just going to slice it the round slices. Also choose different colors, you know, like it makes a big difference when you look at your board and you see all these vibrant colors and different colors. You know, also has an impact on your charcuterie board. So like, you know, we have some different colors here, dark, light. Think about that when you're putting your charcuterie board together too. The other thing you should think about is where you're going to place everything. So there's a couple of things that you should think about is like wherever you put your crackers, make sure you don't put anything wet next to it because you don't want them to go soggy and soft. Make sure that you wash all your vegetables, your fruits in advance, dry them so they're not wet. I've used a wax paper on my board at the bottom so that it doesn't mess up the actual board. And I find that the wax paper works well. It could be parchment paper, wax paper, even a white clear plastic will do if you have that available. I usually always line my board, whether it's a flat board or a box like this one here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start putting it together. And what I do first is I use my wet ingredients and the bowls that I'm going to use and decide where I want to put them. And one of the things that I do is like, for example, this one here, I'm going to put it on the edge with a little bit of space around it. And I'm going to put my crackers around there. So I know that my crackers will not get wet and it gives that nice little look on the edge. So that's the first thing you do is you decide where you want to put your containers. I'm going to put this one here going across, and again I'm going to use this to have my crackers on the edge. I think I'm going to put my butter in the middle here. I also have honey, which I already pre-prepared, and I'm just going to put that in the middle. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and place the cheese because I want to strategically place the soft cheese, and I have my goat cheese. It's an acquired taste. My family loves the goat cheese, so it's a very popular dish, popular cheese for us. Okay, and then I'm just gonna put a bunch of cheese on this one end.
What about the cucumber?
I'm gonna put the cucumbers too. The cucumbers are gonna go last.
Oh, they go to last. I thought you put the wet ones first.
So cucumber is going to be my little green on my box. So I've decided to put that right at the end. Play around with it. You don't have to, you can move things around. You know, you might have to move things around to fit everything in your board, because it's amazing how much you're going to be able to fit in. So I'm going to use this long square cracker that's going to go on the ends of my charcuterie board. I know you can't see it so well, but inshallah, once I put it all together, I'll. So again, like I told you, I'm going to use the corner part of where I put the tomatoes, and I'm just going to put the crackers around it. Remember, I have 3 different crackers, so I'm going to try and place all my different crackers. So that when you look at it, it also looks appetizing. This is another cracker that I usually purchase all my crackers from Trader Joe's, only because my family likes it. So what I'm trying to say is that please choose products that you and your family love, you know, because I'm sure that there's certain cheeses you guys like, certain crackers that you like. This is a garlic crackers. I'm gonna put it in this corner here. I would say this is a good graze for 2 to 4 people for this little box here. And they would thoroughly enjoy this, this appetizer. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and, sorry about that, guys. So I'm gonna put my meats. Again, please make sure you keep your meats in the fridge until you're ready to use, it. And all I'm gonna do with the pepperoni is just make a little shape, and I'm just gonna fold it in quarter, and it gives this little shape. It looks pretty. Just simple. And I have about 4 to 5 pieces. Again, I'm going to try and put it so it's nowhere near the crackers, because it's a wet ingredient. And then I have the roast beef, and all I'm going to do is roll it. I'm just going to roll it and place it on the. You may have to move things around a little here and there to fit your ingredients in.
I'm hungry.
Hey, come and join me.
Wish I could. And you all know I get hungry very easily, right?
Yes.
I'm tempted to go to the fridge and get some spinach and artichoke dip and some crackers that I have, but I'll keep on watching instead.
Yeah. You can have it after. Rubina, you can have it after.
Okay.
Don't worry, Rubina is coming to Fullerton, the gift bag.
Oh, the gift. Okay.
Yeah, it is.
Let's see which driveway it comes to, okay? Or maybe it'll be on the road in the middle.
Okay. I have one more crackers that I want to add to this collection here. Then I have some grapes. So I'm just gonna add the grapes in here. And that's also for color, to look appetizing too. You don't need to put too much. I have some mangoes here that I've sliced. I'm gonna put in here. I also usually like to give a treat whenever I do a box that's going to be gifted, and I've chosen Ferrero Rocher today, and I'm just going to make some space and try and put it in the board.
It brings a nice pop of gold.
It does, yeah.
The gold spoon is golden.
So because this is going to be a gift, what I always do is have a little card that goes with it. Like this one says, you are special. It's for a special friend. But I always make sure that I have a list of the ingredients that I have on the charcuterie board. You never know. Someone might be allergic to some ingredients, or may not know what ingredients that I have in my box. Always love to have nuts. I'm just gonna, there'll be little areas and pockets that are empty, and I'm just gonna fill them up with the nuts. Anyone has any questions?
I do.
Mm-hmm.
Approximately how much would something like this cost? Because it can get pricey, right?
So yes, it can get pricey. And that's the only thing about this charcuterie board. I think if you shop around, you can get some really good deals. But I think if you're making a little box like this, and you're not going to get everything in small sizes, so you're going to probably have some leftover crackers in that. I would say you would be spending $10 to $15.
Yeah.
Unless you already have ingredients, that like I usually, I always carry crackers. So I usually have all kinds of crackers. Maybe you might have some of the cheeses that you already need. But if you were starting from scratch, I think you would be spending a good $15 to $20 to make this little, and then you could make more than one.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That way you have multiple.
So
getting all the ingredients.
It would be cost effective if you are going to make it more than once, and you could always make it again. Or you might be making, this is just a gift box, so maybe you would make a few. I did this during Ramadan, and I made an iftar box for my friends, and I made a few, so it works out a little cheaper when you work that way.
Now,
but I think if you were setting up a nice size, I think you'd be spending $15 to $20.
Yeah, the good kind of cheeses are very expensive.
They are, yeah.
Especially the brie and the Havarti and the cheddar.
So yeah, you're right. I usually sometimes put brie, and this is another one that I like to use, which I didn't put on this board right now. It's called Borsin. That's the gourmet cheese, which is like a soft cheese. It's almost like a dip, and that also goes well. You should have at least one soft cheese. I put the goat cheese, which is a soft cheese, and then the cucumber. I'm just going to put them right at the end to give that little splash of color.
Can we have a picture of this from the top, like how it looks?
Yeah, I'm gonna show it to you. Yeah, I'm gonna show it to you. So while I also would like to share a charcuterie board that I've made. That's going to be going to my husband's store. And they're going to be enjoying the board. So I'm going to share that with you guys too. I'm just going to put a little bit more cheese. I feel like we need some cheese. Okay. So let's see. I'm going to pick up my, how would I do this, Zainab?
Lower your camera.
Let's see.
Now we can hear you.
Or do I
think
flip? Do I flip it? Flip
Yes.
the camera.
Flip the camera. Go ahead.
Okay, ladies, I'm going to show you what it looks like.
Okay.
Right. This is a nice
Very
little
nice.
box.
Now we're all hungry.
Mhm.
Okay. I also want to share with you.
Wow.
You don't have to have crackers. You can also have sour bread. Works really well with all with this charcuterie board. You don't have to have meats if you don't want to have meats on your board. You can do one without meats, and you can add on a lot more. But I also want to share this bigger board that I've made. Just give me a second. And it's going to be going to my husband's stove. And there's about 7 to 8 people there. They're going to be enjoying this.
No, that's awesome.
Very nice. Now we have a good look.
Yeah. So see, you can make a little box like this. You can have it on a flat board like this. Make it your own, ladies, and you could have a huge spread. Which we have some pictures. This last weekend, Safia made a really beautiful charcuterie table, and she made a huge spread. And I'd like Zainab to share those pictures with you guys. And she did a really good job.
Okay. Do you want me to do it now?
You can, yeah. Why don't you?
Okay, let's do it. So this is, I think this is still Sister Narmeen's, if I'm correct.
Yeah. This is the one that I had made in Ramadan to share with my families. This is basically what we just did today.
What is the bottle over here, Sister Narmeen?
So that's the fig butter.
The
I
fig
just
butter.
put it in a bottle. Yeah.
Okay, very nice. Let's see, I'm gonna try to switch between pictures.
This was one that I made on a flat board. I think it was Thanksgiving for my family, and they enjoyed. So I have a lot more fruits in there. I decided not to put any meat on that one. And it was a great hit. Again, it is
My
not.
grandchildren will eat the whole thing.
Colorful.
This is the spread that Sophia made for last Saturday for our volunteer luncheon. And she did a beautiful, beautiful job. So you can see over here, I mean, she went all out. She has a few different boards, and obviously there was a lot more people. So, you know, you would have to have a lot more graze, a lot more snacks to graze, but she did a wonderful, wonderful job with that table. It was really awesome.
I think she made a charcuterie table, not a board.
Yeah, a charcuterie table. So that's what I'm saying. You can go from small to big. You know, you could, if you have a big party, you could do something like that. But basically, it is like different charcuterie boards, right? That's what she did. But the whole table was beautiful. Yeah, beautifully done.
Yeah,
You
I've seen people do the whole kitchen counters. Like they will
Yes.
they will literally put wax paper and just set it up on the counter itself. Go
Where
ahead.
does the
seen
word
that
come
too.
from? This
I've
is
seen that too, Zainab, and it works. If you don't have a big, huge board, you just need some kind of wax paper or parchment paper, you just put it on your counter and then you do your spread. Just spread it all out. And it looks wonderful too, because you have all the colors. Like, look at this picture here. You've got all the beautiful colors, right? It really looks nice.
Where does the word charcuterie come from?
Okay, so charcuterie is a French word. So I'm sure we're not saying it the right way. So it's a French word that means it's to do with meats. It's cured meats, and the French used to have like they would feast on different cured meats. And then I think with time they added cheese, and I guess the charcuterie board has evolved to what we know here in America as charcuterie boards. And it's like a grazing board or an appetizing board, right? So you have little nibbles that to start off your party with or your get together. You don't even have to have a big party. I remember on Saturday we had a lot of the crackers and fruits left over, and I made a little platter for me and my husband, and I brought it home, and we enjoyed it. It was just the two of us. And it was almost like a dinner, So alhamdulillah, you can do it as small as you want and go big. Just be creative, set it up in different ways, so that it's also looks good to the eye.
Love your apron.
Oh, I need to mention this apron. Thank you, Sister Rubina. So this apron was gifted to us on Saturday again for being volunteers by Sister Kika.
Oh, wow.
So thank you, Sister Kika. I'm enjoying my apron. That was a really nice thought.
Right.
So, anybody else have anything to add to?
I have a
Any
question.
questions?
Yes.
Yeah, I have a question, please. Where did you buy meat from?
So I bought my meat from Harvest Fresh. Is it called Harvest Fresh now?
Harvest.
Yeah, I bought my cured meat from Harvest Fresh.
Or Fresh Choice.
They have a section, I think it's called Harvest Fresh now. It used to be called something else. They have a section at the back of the store, and and they'll slice the cured meat for you, and you pick your choice, whatever you like. I just pick these two that I have with me, but they have a lot more choice.
Can you go over the cheeses you used in the board today?
Okay, so on the board, I used 2 kinds of cheddar cheese, and I used a goat cheese. And the goat cheese that I used was covered with blueberries. This is also one of our family favorite. It's called Borson. It's a very soft cheese, almost like a dip. This also goes really well with the charcuterie board. And the other cheese, which I don't have here today, is the brie. The brie is another cheese that goes well with the charcuterie board. But basically, I think pick any cheeses that you like or your family likes. Or if you're making a particular gift box like this, keep in mind the friend or the family that you're making it for. And if you know their favorite cheeses, go make it your own or make it for your friend, especially for them, and put the cheeses or the crackers. Maybe you might know of fruits that they like, or maybe the little treat that I put in, favorite chocolate bar of theirs, you can add that in there. The crackers too, whatever crackers that you like. So there's a lot of variety out there. There's a lot to choose from.
And I've seen people, they're also called grazing boards, right? Basically,
Yeah.
you
So
can put your own
grazing boards too. Yeah.
Right. And then some people add their own ethnic twist. So if you
Yeah.
are into like, you know, Indian cuisine, you can make it like a chaat board
Yes.
with chaat little crackers and, you know, a little twist. Or if you like Hispanic Mexican foods, you can make it, you know.
Yeah, you could make a taco board. You could make,
Yes.
you know, I remember one time I made like a Indian snack board. So I had all like Indian savories, like I made samosas and pakoras, and then I had a few different kind of chutneys, you know,
Mhm.
3 or 4 different kind of chutneys, and I made all these different savories and I put it together and made a board. Yeah, so you make your own. It could be anything.
Mhm.
It's just an appetizer board. As you know, you make it into any appetizers that your family likes, or that any special, or even if you have a theme, right? If you have a theme going, you could make a board with a theme that you have chosen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. We can have it for our Eid also. Something
Yes.
great, yeah, like sivai and sheer kurma with some nuts and
Yes, sister. Alhamdulillah. This Eid, I made something similar to a charcuterie board, and I put all nuts, all different kind of nuts, you know, and I put the board together, and it was a great hit. Everyone was just nibbling. So yeah, I think you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. Like you said, it's like a grazing board. It's an appetizer. People love to graze and nibble, you know. So alhamdulillah, you can make it whatever you like.
Right.
This is just a beginner's guide as to how you would put something together. The whole thing about it is that you have so many different things to graze on, you know. So you nibble a little on this, that. With this one here, you're building your cracker, you're putting things on your cracker, the meat, the cheese, you know, maybe the fruit. It's sweet and sour. It has that mixture of taste. And I think that's what you should go for, no matter what charcuterie board you're making. A mix of tastes, you know, a little bit of sweet, a little bit of savory, maybe a little bit of sour taste, you know.
That's fun.
You know, there are so many pictures of all different kinds. I mean, I don't know about others, but for me, I've always admired and enjoyed these setups, but didn't know that there was a name for it, and there was, you know, all this science behind it. And there are delivery services too.
Yes.
Yes.
And
So-
they're expensive. They're not, these
they're very
charcuterie boards
expensive,
are
yeah.
not cheap, they're expensive. So you would be making something and it would cost you maybe less than half or maybe half of the cost.
Plus, we know what we are doing, what we are adding into it.
That's
All the
right.
stuff
And you
everything.
make it your special, you know, you're adding
Yeah.
things that you enjoy, that you
Absolutely.
like, you know, or your family likes.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think the only thing is if you have anybody with food allergies, you'd be very careful because of all the cheese. If there's dairy allergies, gluten allergies, or
Nuts.
you know, nuts allergies. So that's the only. Otherwise, if you remember, most of our Olivers were present when we had an in-person cheese board tutorial by Fiona.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So maybe what I could do is when I set up the recording for this, I'll add that in the end so that, you know, you have another set of tutorial. I remember recording it from the top. That was the only
Yes.
difference. So she did a way bigger board, and I remember it was right before the pandemic. So we enjoyed a little right before.
You know, but my challenge right now is creativity. I just sort of seem to have gotten into this. Here are the containers in the fridge, take the food out and pour it on your plates and warm it and go.
Right.
You know, how to get beyond that.
Right.
And this is so delicious and yummy and everything.
I
mean, I
like sister.
Food because we're eating healthy.
Right.
But I'm not doing the presentation.
Right. Like Sister Narmeen said, like, you know, there's no way that's perfect. Like anything is fine. right? You just have to
Yeah,
fill in the
just put
gaps.
it
Nobody
together,
will
just
know.
fill in the gaps. You know what? That's what I'm saying. You can't go wrong with the charcuterie board. You know, there's no one way of doing it. You know, you just put it together the way you want it. But the only thing I can say, Rubina, is that when you do, it is a bit of an effort to put it together. But you really do enjoy it when you sit down to enjoy this little treat that you made. And then especially if you're going to share it with others, you know, you're going to share it with someone, and just sitting down and seeing a presentation like this, it I don't know, it puts you in such a nice mood. You enjoy your I guess your snack, your company. It just makes it that little extra special.
When somebody admires, if we give it, and it gives us so much satisfaction and joy to us.
Yes.
So that look, this is the efforts which we have put in into all this, and somebody is admiring at the same time they're enjoying that. So yeah, it gives us so much satisfaction. Yeah, very true, very true.
Yeah, we can make iftar boards.
Yeah,
Absolutely. With dates, a little more.
Samosas and nuts and fruits. Yeah.
Right. Well, thank you so much, Sister Narmeen. I think you are our master, you know, crafter and creative director. I mean, you are so good about putting, you make it look easy, and you always, anything you do is very well presented. And I love that. Now, is there anything else that you like to share before I share about what's happening next week?
Just a little reminder again, you know, make a list of the things that you have on your board, especially if you entertaining, you know, a group of people, or if maybe you're making a gift box like this, so that they know what's in the in your charcuterie board. Like you said, again, with allergies, we have to be really careful. And it's always nice to know what you have on your board.
You know, I'm having, I mean, this is personal, and I'm having a very strong feeling right now that I need, you know, in my wellness plan, that I need to now add creativity. You know, I'm eating healthy, I have healthy food in there, I have healthy habits, and I'm walking, all that. But I'm just getting this strong feeling right now. How can I make it more?
You start small. Start small, start doing like, you know, I used to be like that, like, I'm not going to make a huge effort. I'm just going to eat this meal, right? I'm going to plate it quickly and eat this meal. And I used to be like that too. Like, I'm not going to make an effort. I used to always make effort for everyone else, but not for myself. But now I found that, no, I'm going to take a few minutes, put this food together. It puts you in a good mood. When you see your plate, you know, like, I make it look nice, and then you're going to enjoy that food. I think it's just a good feeling all around, you know, when you make an effort to put things together. And also, I feel that when you make that effort, you're going to go out of your way to put the things that you really enjoy and are also healthy at the same time. And you'll be surprised how much you'll enjoy it.
You know, I'm going to give a very Olive-esque answer. And I would like to say that you can participate when we're doing the connect and create. That's the whole point of connect and create, right? When we give the list of supplies, make an effort to go out and get it. And then when you do it with the class, you feel empowered that, okay, you know, if I have questions, and then you see other people's projects and you get inspired that, oh, there are different versions. So like I said, creativity should be looked at as a joy and a therapeutic thing. Also, don't look at it, oh, it's a class, or, you know, you know, I have to do it, like I have to have, like, even if you don't have certain items, sometimes that is also creativity. How do you modify and use something else that you have on hand instead of purchasing? So that's the whole point of connect and create is, you know, we're connecting and being creative, right? Right, Rubina Auntie? So
You
next,
know what, the word that's coming to mind, I don't know, I hope I'm not the only one. I think for the word that's coming to my mind right now, that's connecting the dots, is mindfulness. Be mindful that I'm presenting it.
mhm.
Mhm.
You know, that just have that in my mind, that, you know, how can I?
Do you feel like, oh, I can't do this, or is it's too much work, or it's too difficult, or if I do it, it's not going to look that good?
Mm.
Because don't feel that way.
Combination of it's too much work, then there'll be leftovers to put away. If I have healthy
That's
food,
in
then
terms
it's in
of-
containers, and I put the containers, and whoever wants whatever they want, they take it. You know, so it's all healthy food. It's part of creativity. It's hard. It's part of it's time consuming. It's part that, you know, you have to do the work of it.
Well,
Everything.
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 I think also is how you look at things, right? If you make it look as a chore, like again, like I said, if you make it like a joyful thing, if you have foods leftovers in your fridge, if you make a charcuterie board of your leftovers,
Yes, yes.
just
Mm.
present
Definitely.
it nicely. You know, maybe you'll be more encouraged to eat it. Sometimes when you're having it in like these Tupperware containers, glass containers, it feels like a chore to get it out. But imagine if you have like, you know, a curry dish or roti or whatever, cut the roti in triangles, put it properly,
Mhm.
or whatever you have, salads, just making it presentable, especially when you're eating for two. It can get very redundant, right? It can get the same old. But if you're like sprucing it up, putting it in the, you know, on the pan and just warming it up, maybe that way it makes it enjoyable. I mean, you have to find joy in every little thing. If anything, that's what we learned from the pandemic is, you know, for example, these days I've been on a mission to not buy any food until all the things in my freezer are emptied. So I'm coming up with creative ways based on
Yes.
what's in my freezer, because we've
Uh-huh.
accumulated so much stuff that needs to be emptied before I purchase more. Now,
Olive Community Services is a 501c3 nonprofit organization based in Southern California that provides culturally appropriate services to seniors, their family, and the community. Through its physical and virtual interactive programs, Olive engages participants in a variety of ways that promotes health and well-being. To learn more about Olive Community Services, to get involved, or to make a donation, please visit www.olivecs.org or email info@olivecs.org. Be a change maker, and together, let's live, learn, and thrive.